need that.
That tune is by DJ Real. Welcome to Blabbermouth. I am Red Scott.
And I'm Phil Griffiths. Thank you for watching Blabbermouth, where comics play games, talk shit, and go home with absolutely no prizes. Back for one more night this week. This is it.
Yeah, no, this is it. This is it for March. Oh, got merch. Oh, shit. Already pimping merch. The one thing this show is about is a deep love of merch made on demand. That's why we started this. But you can check that out. That'll show up in the chat occasionally. Very excited for our show today. It is actually Phil's birthday. He is turning 140 years old. The big 140.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exciting.
Not only is that the year he was born in 76. That seems right.
You think
78?
I know? But
I don't know. 1870 something. I looked it up earlier. Not only is it the year the mimeograph and ketchup were invented, but on this day, March 10th, 140 years ago, Watson made the first telephone call to Watson, his assistant, who said, "This couldn't have been a text." That's how that ends. That's where I stopped talking at the end of that. All right. Do we have anything else we need to talk about before we get this going, Phil?
Just a reminder, we're going to be taking a little bit of a break while Red moves to New York. So after this show, we're not going to do Poker Friday, and then we're going to have a couple weeks off, but then we'll be back with full force after that. So stick around and make sure, hopefully you guys will miss us a little bit, but we'll be back. Don't worry about it.
More importantly, we have a great lineup of comics. Let's get into it.
Yeah, our first comic is a favorite here at Blabbermouth. You may have heard her on Two Dope Queens, or just using puns to be crowned coolest mom in her kid's school. Please welcome Natasha Muse.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, how's it going, Natasha?
It was good, but they reminded me that my kids actually technically have a school, which we haven't seen in a year. And that made me kind of sad.
Oh, no.
Well, you're still the coolest mom at their school now. I mean,
in the Zoom room?
In the Zoom room, yeah, probably.
Okay, I'll take that. Thanks
There's no other Zoom moms doing this show, so.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my question. Go ahead. Oh, okay. My question for you tonight is: I'm trying to get everyone's opinion on this. With Red moving to New York, what do you think will be Red's first New York celebrity encounter?
Oh, I mean, there's got to be the magnetic pull between gingers who meet Conan O'Brien, even though Conan O'Brien, I think, has relocated to Los Angeles, which is technically closer to where we are now.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think the Conan energy is still is slopped all over the city. So I think
it'll just pull their ginger together.
He'll pull the ginger together. And that's exactly the line I wanted to end this bit
All
with.
right. I haven't heard the LA resident Conan one yet, so that's good. That's a first. Cool. Well, thanks for joining us, Natasha.
Thanks so much for having me.
Next up, returning stand-up comic, Blabbermouth favorite, co-host of Talkies, and founding member of the Blue Man Group, please welcome Aviva Siegel.
Believable.
That is true. Happy to be here.
All right, Aviva, you've been a resident here. Obviously, you're very familiar with the show and also very familiar to our audience. What is your second favorite Adam Sandler film?
That's hard because I love Adam Sandler films. I don't know if I've said that to you, or if you just took a wild guess. My second favorite...
You have that vibe. Yeah, second favorite.
Sounds like a bad thing. I would say my second favorite is Billy Madison to Happy Gilmore, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that.
Excellent. Great answer. Thank you so much for being here, Aviva.
Thank you.
And our next comic you may have seen as the host on Newsbroke or on our other show on Twitch called The Bituation Room, or here showing off her amazing lighting. Please welcome Francesca Fiorentino. Tino.
There you go.
I'm very old, Natasha.
Almost.
I know
old.
that.
Yeah. Let's take it from the top, Red. Let's kick up the
Yeah,
music.
start it over. I'll be right back.
Thank you.
One more time.
How dare you?
God damn.
Although Linda Fiorentino is an actress.
Yeah, that's who I was confusing
apparently
with. That's why.
Acts, and that's all I know about her.
Yeah, I think that's where I got it confused with. That's for sure.
Also, Francesca Fiorentini is a 55-year-old voiceover actor in Italy. And so if you Google me, it's like age 55. And then everyone just goes, "You look great for your age." Have I said this story before? Have I told you guys this?
No.
Oh, and everyone's like, "You look great for your age." I'm like, yeah. like they're like, what do you say to that? Like, I'm not. Anyway, I've taken it up with Google. Has heard from me regularly about my name and being confused with the voiceover actor. But sorry, she just does the voiceover for Piper Anderson on Orange is the New Black, and occasionally I'll get a random Italian person in my Instagram who's like, piacere, soy molto fan. Can I get a little like autograph? And I'm like, no. Anyway, gonna, yeah. Hi.
Yeah. How you doing?
Fine, clearly.
Well, thanks for joining us, Francesca Fiorentini.
Thank you.
I nailed it that time.
Yeah. Finally, a comic who's performed on pretty much every late night show as well as several mid-evening shows. His album Small, Dork, and Handsome is a personal favorite, and his most recent album, AKA, is a public favorite as it debuted #1 on iTunes. Please welcome Mike Kaplan.
Hey, thank you so much.
Hey,
thank you
Mike.
for being here.
It is so far a pleasure.
Excellent. We'll see where it goes.
I'm very optimistic. Can I, before you ask me a question, can I say a couple things about everything that's been asked so far? First, Natasha, did you say slopped all over town? Was that
Thanks for noting my verb choice.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I studied linguistics, so I always note a good verb choice. And Aviva, I just want to, I think you, great choices. I don't know if you've seen, the very first Adam Sandler movie I ever saw, it was like before he was even really famous, it was called Going Overboard.
Yeah, that was like a beach movie?
Yeah, on a cruise ship, and he wanted to be the ship comedian, and that is my second favorite Adam Sandler movie. Second to all of the rest of them tied for first. So, and I don't mean to get Phil out of any hot water, but I do believe that Fiorentini is just the plural of Fiorentino. It's like one spaghetti,
Very true.
two spaghetti.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you for the correction.
no correction. Just additional assholery.
All right, my question for you, Mike. If you could travel back in time and attend the premiere of any movie about time travel, what would it be, or when would it be?
Oh, that's fun. I'm a big fan of time travel, and I have been since next year. And thank you so much. I'm going to write that down. I'm fun. Please, everyone, apply this to voting for me later. This doesn't count as anything. This is only for fun. I'm only here to have a good time. Nothing matters. But I would say, I guess maybe a little outside the box. I love Groundhog Day, which is not your classic time travel movie, but I could argue with you if you wanted to argue with me. But like, we got a show to do. But it's one of my favorite movies, Groundhog Day.
Excellent answer. Thank you so much for being on the show, Mike.
Thank you.
All right, that is enough blabbering. It is time for some mouth.
And our main game here is Punched Up, where comics write punchlines to joke setups provided by us. But before we can play that game, we need to give our comics some time to write those punchlines. So we'll play a warm-up game with two of the comics while the other two go into the Blabbermouth bubble to write their punchlines. So we're going to send Francesca and Mike. We're going to put you two into the bubble first to write yours from the setups that have been provided to you by our new head writer, Piers Morgan. He said he wanted to take some time off from being a huge piece of shit. So we're going to let him write. And so Francesca, here are your setups. You'll be adding punchlines to the following. Number one, I call my bedroom the Down Under because. Number two, when I was a kid, we didn't have March Madness. We had ellipses. Number three, a Stanford study says Zoom calls trigger our fight or flight survival reflex, which explains why ellipses. And finally, Bruno Mars is begging the Grammys to let him perform because when you think ellipses. So, Francesca, you're back on the show. How are you feeling about those setups?
Feeling pretty good, actually. Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.
That's good. It's a positive way to go into the bubble.
All right, Mike, you will be writing punchlines for these following setups. Number one, my doctor said I have a bad case of first responders because, ellipses. Two, I want to open a store that only sells teddy bears and call it, ellipses.
That's a good one.
The NYC performer Naked Cowboy was arrested in Florida for panhandling, which is strange because... ellipses. And finally, a rare 9-armed octopus was found off the coast of Japan. Scientists are calling it ellipses. How do you feel about the setups, Mike?
I'm very optimistic.
Excellent. So into the bubble they go. They will have at least 5 minutes to write their jokes. And while they are doing that in a bubble, which is quickly losing oxygen, we are going to be playing Wrong Answers Only with Natasha and Aviva, where I have pulled images off of the internet and I will ask them questions about it and they will give me wrong answers only. All right, Natasha, we're going to start with you. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right. So what famous video game character is this?
Oh, that, of course, is Mario doing cosplay. That's how he masturbates.
In public?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is
That's
that
why
part
he
of it?
wears a costume. Yeah. He's got to be incognito.
I certainly didn't see him. So that worked well.
Yeah.
Is he in it the normal way? I have follow-up questions on this one. It threw me for a loop. Is he wearing the hat inside of it?
Yeah. What loose threads do I need to tie up for you?
Yeah, it's pretty clear.
No, you're right. All right.
It was a video game character, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that is correct.
He's the plumber. Right. He's working on his plumbing, if you know what I mean. Right? That's a masturbation joke.
All right, Aviva, what musical artist and album is this the cover for?
This is one of my favorite musicians, actually. On the right, we have my man Trash Can Larry, and boy, can he play those garbage cans. They found him in a park. This is the guy who discovered him. This guy's name is Thaddeus Cromwell. Now they are best friends. And one thing they have in common, they love a gorgeous view, which is why they're in this setting you see them in this photo. Any more questions?
No, I think
How are they masturbating?
Great question. There you go.
And where's Mario?
I think they're actually, it's incredible because their eyes are locked right now, so that's all they need to get off. They stare into each other's eyes and they go to town. That's all they need.
Yeah, that's actually not a piano. That's just just blocking stuff.
Is it a depository?
Yeah, just a reservoir.
All right, Natasha,
What's up?
What church is this, and what religious ceremony is being performed?
I thought that was Boris again.
It's not.
That's a Mormon. These are Mormons, and they're getting injected with Mormonism. Just like in Phantom Menace, we learned about midichlorians. In Mormons, there's mononchlorians, and they get injected with mononchlorians in a big old church. You can't actually go in there unless you're an elder. So this picture it's wow. We might get killed by the Mormon mafia for seeing this.
Does the church have a name for the person who does the injections, the ceremonial injections of Mormon chlorines?
It's they're called the Smeltits.
Perfect.
And the Smeltits are the ones who dealt it.
Oh my God.
All right, Aviva, this was a user submission from our Discord, which you can find below. A user named Phil Griffiths submitted this one.
I'd love to meet him someday.
He seemed like a nice guy. But so this one is, what cruise line is this?
This is what's known as Papa Wheelie Cruise Line. Now, not every cruise ship is able to do this, but this ship, every once in a while, it's smooth sailing, but then about once an hour, the captain says, "Are you guys ready to do our signature move, Papa Wheelie?" And everyone's like, "We're ready. It's what we paid for." And so, as you can see in this photo, they are popping a little wheelie. They're jumping in the air. And as you can imagine, everyone's just having a blast.
I went on their sister cruise line, Ollie Cruise Lines.
Yeah.
All right, Natasha, what is this couple doing?
They were chosen to be sacrificed to the goddess of the sea, and she is taking form as a flight of seagulls, and they will stand there solemnly while they're being pecked to death by the birds.
That is a dark. Is this like sort of a midsummer type situation?
No, late autumn.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect.
Natasha.
All right, I'm gonna do one last one for Aviva that I feel needs to be discussed. Who is this couple, and why are they being interviewed?
That's a really great question. This couple, they were named the king and queen of Provincetown, Rhode Island, and they got, obviously that's something that got a lot of publicity. It was all over the news. They're like, oh my God, they were given this local title. And so this woman over here, can't say what her name is, don't recognize her at all. She's like, what was it like to ride on the town float down Main Street? Because everyone was dying to know.
All right, thank you, Aviva.
Yeah.
All right, let's pull Francesca and Mike out of their bubbles. Francesca, you have been in the Blabbermouth bubble before. How was your second time?
Difficult because I wanted to actually listen and watch what Natasha and Aviva were doing, and I found myself distracted.
Yeah, that's a problem. If you really want to win this game, make sure and be entertaining while the other people are trying to write. It really screws with them. Mike, how was your inaugural time in the Blabbermouth bubble?
Oh, I took it very seriously and didn't look or listen at any of the fun that anyone was having.
Excellent. I mean, I appreciate you not participating in the chat. That would have been a clear violation of the bubble. All right, so let's get the setups for Natasha and Aviva so they can get writing.
Yep. So Aviva, you'll be adding punchlines to the following. Number one, you ever notice how Disney Plus is just a fancy version of ellipses? Number two, my boyfriend's nickname for me is Christmas because ellipses. And number three, a lawsuit alleges Panda Express workers were forced to strip in a cult-like team building seminar. They got suspicious, ellipses. And finally, a New York woman found an empty apartment behind her bathroom mirror. Don't get excited, ellipses. So how are you feeling about those, Vivi? Those seem going to do it for you? They're going to bring home the win?
I think they're going to do it for me, for sure. Yes. The answer you're looking for? Yeah.
All right. That's what we want.
All right, Natasha, your setups will be 1, high school for me was like Star Wars, ellipses. 2, have you ever tried Britney Spearsing? That's when you, ellipses. 3, a Dutch man has invented a way to screen for coronavirus infections by screaming inside an airtight room. In other words, ellipses. And finally, college students are starting to bond with AI robots. Out of habit, ellipses. All right, Natasha, how do those setups make you feel? Do they make you feel like an Italian plumber inside of a Pokemon costume?
Yeah, but it's bringing out the inner war Mario. So I don't know. Is that the right reference? I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. Let's discuss it later. Into the bubble they go. Natasha and Aviva will have 5 to 8 minutes to write punchlines to those setups provided by our writing staff of, who was it again?
Piers Morgan.
Piers Morgan. I don't like that we hired him. All right, let's get rid of him for the next episode.
We didn't really. He just kind of walked in. We didn't really.
We're going to be playing Explain This. I've looked up Francesca and Mike's social media and picked things that I thought needed discussion or tagging or whatever they feel like. All right, so first up, this is at FranFrio, July 14th, 2020. I farted. Francesca, which side of this picture is you?
What was the caption? I farted.
It says I farted, period.
I'm very good at Twitter. All right. I want everyone to know that. Just endless punchlines.
July 14th, just a fun summer tweet.
Yeah, this is, well, I think I am obviously cuter, but this is when Ivanka and the entire Trump organization was endorsing Goya beans because the head of Goya came out in support of Trump's reelection campaign. And lo and behold, I had a can of Goya beans because it's the pandemic and we're just somehow stocking beans. I don't know. I eat a lot of beans, not Goya anymore. But yeah, and I had a blonde wig, and man, I'm gorgeous, dude. Look at that. Oh,
Nailed it. All right, Mike. So this is December 14th. I've reached the Coach Steve phase of the pandemic. Was it your goal to look like Coach Steve from Big Mouth when you grew the mustache, or was it a coincidence?
Oh, first of all, I just wanted to let everyone know I just started following Francesca because of that tweet. Sorry I wasn't already. But here's the thing. I don't want to say that I didn't grow that mustache, but I'm not meaning that it magically just appeared. It wasn't gifted to me. It was in a way, but before the pandemic, I never grew a mustache on purpose that wasn't part of a beard unless it was a joke or a costume. And earlier in the pandemic, my girlfriend was like, I shaved as a joke, leaving the mustache behind at one point. And she's like, that looks good. And my hair was shorter at the time before this time. But this is maybe the second or third time I did it. My hair had grown out because I, respect the pandemic and don't go anywhere. And I don't put first responders or essential workers at risk and don't hire them so they can't pay their rent either. But I hope that they're okay and that our government helps them. But so I had a beard. As I do now. I had this situation going on, and I shaved, and then it appeared to me that I looked in the mirror. That is actually just me in the mirror. So I it wasn't the plan, but it was a happy accident of a gift.
Well, it is absolutely canny.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next up, Franifio. How would you pronounce your Twitter handle?
It's Franifio, but I really enjoy watching people. Imagine if your Twitter handle was harder than your actual name. That's my life. You
know what? Going forward, I'm going with Franifio. That's what I think feels right to me. Imagine thinking you're
like that, yeah.
Imagine thinking you're the planet's master race, but not able to safely be in sunshine for more than 30 minutes. Francesca, what paradise are you imagining where I could be safely in the sunshine for 30 minutes? 15 tops, and I am done. It is over at that point.
You're trying. Look, if you want to be the master race, I'm sure there are alternate universes, farther away from this, where there's I don't know, actually. If you think about it, the white skin. No, I'm kidding. But you have to have life, you have to be a certain distance from the star, right? From the sun. You're going to be pretty hot at some level. But, maybe what's one farther left? What's one farther out? Mars, right? Yeah. Maybe I feel like it's still too bright there. What's the next one over? Neptune?
I'll hang out on Uranus. I will not be worried about that.
Hey.
Yeah,
I wasn't even trying to. I just thought it was a dumb name.
Come on.
I'm saying you could be the master race of one of the planets, but maybe just not Earth. Then again, you don't need to be the master race. This is obviously, I'm just subtle dunk on the Nazis. You know what I'm saying? Subtle dunk on white supremacists.
That works a lot. I will just continue to dream that I could be in the sun for 30 minutes. It sounds delightful. All right, at Mike Kaplan, just learned that Vin Diesel's full name is Vehicle Identification Number Diesel. So, Mike, are there alternate unique numbering systems for cars based on action movie actors, or is it just Vin?
I mean, this is, just to be completely honest, his middle name is also Number. So his full name is Vin Number Diesel, and he is the only one. Also, he could survive in the sun for more than 30 minutes, but you know who can't is vampires. So that's white people are like vampires, and I am like white people. So
very attractive to Stephanie Meyer for some reason.
The author of Twilight.
What is Vin Diesel's vehicle identification number? That's like an even better. I mean, it's not nearly as funny, but you know, as the star of Fast and Furious,
I think it's 4.
Oh, well done. He gets early access to cars.
Yeah, like when telephones first started, like numbers, you only had to dial 4 numbers like within your town or whatever. And so the first VIN numbers must have been like the first car was like number 1. And
he got the 4th car.
That's right.
All right. Fra Nifio on Twitter. So I hate the Senate. Francesca, when you tweeted this March 5th this year, what movie were you watching?
Oh, God. I don't know, but it felt like A Time to Kill. It felt like just like some racist Southern courtroom. And except we didn't get the payoff of like Samuel L. Jackson being like, yes, they deserve to die. And I hope they burn in hell. I hope you all burn in hell. No, that tweet did way too well for the level of analysis that I was offering. And that's sometimes very disappointing because I put in a lot of effort into my tweets and then it's like, oh, good. Just, I hate things. Cool. But I hate the Senate. Fuck the Senate.
You've created a lot of very popular evergreen content, I think. Well done. All right. This is at Mike Kaplan on Twitter. Idea, a morning talk show hosted by someone who hasn't gone to bed yet. Mike, I am curious if you have come up with any names for this talk show, and who do you imagine hosting?
That's a great question. The answer is, of course, Vin Diesel for host. And I also want to say I like that the Samuel L. Jackson, just a slight tweak to that. And it's, and I hope they burn in the sun after 30 minutes. But a funny thing about this tweet, like I learned that there are like a couple versions of this that have existed in the world. I think at a place called Dragon Con, they do a version of this. I learned after tweeting it, and maybe there's a place in Australia there is a version of it where comedians do this, maybe like it's not like a regular thing every day. That's what mine would be. But my favorite reaction that people got that I got from people that people got and sent to me, I don't make mistakes, is when people said, this is like Dave Attell's show Insomniac. And I was like, I remember, but I was like, that wasn't a morning show, right? That was, he does stay up all, like my show would be, he would be the perfect host for this completely different show that is a morning show after staying up all night, partying in a town, going to bars and restaurants and after hours spots. But people are like, yeah, that's a guy stays up at night. That is Dave Attell and vampires. So listen, everyone, everything is connected. You don't burn in the sun if you stay up all night. So the answer to the question is no. I did not think of a name for the show.
Excellent, perfect. And with that, let's bring Natasha and Aviva out of the bubble where they have not been distracted at all. Very nose to the grind. So Natasha. Did you engage with that mini game at all, or were you able to focus completely on your punchlines?
I engaged with it a little bit. I like that there was a talk about little Vin Diesel in the mix. I enjoy hearing about him.
You are a big fan of little Vin Diesel.
I enjoy his presence in the world. I feel like he's a little ray of sunshine in the action-adventure franchise called Fast and Furious, and we need more of him.
How do you feel about your punchlines?
I don't feel great. I spent a lot of time working on one that I never figured it out, and then I didn't have enough time to do the other 3. So it's cool. And then I kept noticing, I was like, wow, we got a lot of extra time to do this. Oh boy, these are extra bad. If you think about it that way, as you know, time spent per joke. Ooh, rough.
Aviva, anyway. How do you feel about your punchlines?
I feel really good. Really good. Really
All
good.
right. All 4 comics have written their punchlines, so let's see who's got the best ones and play Punched Up. Each comic has written 4 punchlines to the Blabbermouth writing staff's terrible setups, and now they will go head-to-head, and you, the audience, will vote for the best joke.
Yep, and also our writing staff here at Blabbermouth hold comedic catchphrases in a very high regard. So to honor the classic catchphrases such as "you might be a redneck" or "hamburger," our staff has given each of you a quarter-pointed catchphrase of your very own. So we ask the comics to lean in on these and perform them to their fullest after saying their punchlines.
Excellent. So let's get into it. First up, round 1, classic joke setups. We are going to have Natasha versus Aviva right off the top. Natasha, been done with her punchlines for a while, just doing her taxes on the side because she's got so many extra cycles. Let's do it. So
Masters
Natasha,
and taskers. Yes.
what was high school like for you?
Well, Red, I got to tell you, high school for me was a lot like Star Wars. There was a lot more of it than anyone ever asked for.
Do you have a catchphrase?
I am the droid you're looking for.
Incredible. Tied in. Well done.
I think Pierce Morgan's doing a great job.
So far, yeah.
The first time that's been said.
Give him a few minutes.
All right, Aviva, you had some thoughts on Disney Plus?
Yeah, I do. You ever notice how Disney Plus is just a fancy version of the cartoon porn I watch on tubesafari.com?
Safari.
Well, I like that one. That's my catchphrase.
Yeah.
Is that truly the catchphrase that they gave you?
Yeah.
Folks.
Oh man, everyone's just looking up Tube Safari right now.
Yeah, I know.
Like, remember to vote.
All right, so now the punchline battles will be voted on by you here on Twitch and our chat. If you're watching us now and you're logged in, you can put your vote in. One for Natasha, and her high school for me was like Star Wars, or 2 for Aviva, and you ever notice how Disney Plus is just a fancy version of 1 for Natasha, 2 for Aviva. Get your votes in now.
Welcome, Stab Comedy. Thanks for the raid. Appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out. We have already got the punchlines written, so you arrived at a great time. Head-to-head punchline competitions. 2 comics enter, 2 comics leave. I'm not sure what would happen in the interim, but that is the system we've come up with. Also, if you're a subscriber, your vote counts for 3 times the normal vote. And why? That's because you've given us money. That's the system we've come up with. Is it corrupt? Yes, that's what is allowed on this show. Please vote anyway. Any number of accounts you want. Have friends vote for you. Have your relatives. What's up, Mom? Thanks for joining, even though you can't vote for me.
Thank you.
You can vote for Natasha or Aviva. 2 for Aviva, 1 for Natasha.
That's great.
What's this awesome
I get
music?
it. She's playing a long game. I get it.
Yeah.
Great question, Mike
Francesca.
Kaplan. This is a DJ Real original Blabbermouth theme. I don't think he named it anything other than the Blabbermouth theme.
Some kind of weed?
Coming down to it. All right. Aviva.
Oh, I got weed. Ugh, no. I want to vote. Damn it.
No, you will be back for the next round.
Not close. Who's lying to me saying it was close?
61.5%. Congrats, Aviva.
Congratulations, Aviva.
Thanks, guys.
All right, next up we have Francesca versus Mike. So Francesca, what?
I like Mike's.
What do you call your bedroom?
I call my bedroom the Down Under because it's always been a colony of ex-convicts. It's a good day, baby.
All right.
Australia was begun by the British Empire, and you guys know this. Anyway, slide into my DMs and we'll talk about colonies.
All right, Mike, tell me about your doctor visit today.
Oh, thank you so much for asking. I'm glad that we're friends and that we get to talk like this. My doctor said I have a bad case of first responders because this is the joke that I have to write a punchline to first, and I am not responding well to it. and you just got knowledged.
All right.
Get
your votes in now, chat. It's 1 for Francesca, and I call my bedroom the Down Under because, or 2 for Mike and Dr. Singh as a bad case of first responders. 1 for Francesca, 2 for Mike. Help determine the winner of this round.
Thanks for the follow, Castle369. Appreciate you. So I think Piers Morgan's catchphrase really screwed Mike there.
Yeah.
I think I should have said it a little faster. That was on me. People didn't realize that they had been knowledged because I hadn't told them soon enough.
Yeah. Oh, you got my mom's vote. She voted for you, so that's always a good sign.
Thank you.
Colony of ex-convicts, y'all. Come on now.
The Bubba Master makes a great point. You can vote for yourself. That is completely allowed, much like the U.S. presidential election.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. You could vote for others, too. That'd be weird. Or very nice. Who knows? Who knows how it would play? I'm not going to tell people ultimate strategy. All right, coming down to it. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. 2 for Mike, 1 for Francesca. There we are. Francesca, 55%. Well done, Francesca.
Ooh.
You've got a mandate. What are you going to do with your newfound power?
Just barely not enough.
All right. Next up, Aviva versus Francesca. Aviva, what is your boyfriend's nickname for you?
Actually, my boyfriend's nickname for me is Christmas because I only come one day a year. Well, I like that one.
All right, Francesca, what was it like when you were a kid?
Yeah, it was crazy. When I was a kid, we didn't have March Madness. We had multiple personality disorder December. It's the same concept, those balls and children. Anyway, baby, it's all good, baby.
Love the delivery.
Sounds just like Notorious B.I.G. It's crazy. All right, so now get your votes in. 1 for Aviva and her Christmas nickname, or 2 for Francesca and her March Madness. 1 for Aviva, 2 for Francesca.
God Eats Bagels in the chat. Perfect catchphrase for Aviva. Likes the Piers Morgan catchphrase.
Yeah, that is it was supplied by Cheese Badger in the Discord.
Also, the one day a year joke genuinely made R. Stimson 69 and Gamer Girl 911 42069 sad.
That is really sad.
I mean, yes, if you really think about it.
But it's a good day. Everybody likes Christmas.
Why just the one day though? It's so.
You're right. We should have Christmas more often.
I mean, you're working towards Hanukkah, obviously, because
absolutely
8 nights. 8.
But the presents aren't as good. No, you are. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Get your votes in. 1 for Aviva, 2 for Francesca. We've got 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 for Francesca, 1 for Aviva. And that is it. All right. Aviva pulled that one out, 56.3%. Well done.
Woo.
What? Somebody said, is that the right names? I think so. Yes?
I think so.
I don't know. There we go. All right. 56.3% for Aviva. Last head-to-head round of round 1. We're going to have Mike versus Natasha. Mike, tell me about this business idea.
Oh, of course. I am really glad you asked. I would like to open a store that only sells teddy bears and call it Domino's Pizza. You just got knowledged.
Excellent. All right, Natasha, tell me about this new trend you're interested in.
Oh, it's great. Have you ever tried it? Have you ever tried Britney Spearsing? That's where you hit yourself one more time and then let your loneliness kill you. I am the droid you're looking for.
It applies even more now.
All right. A lot of people with real sad punchlines today. I'm enjoying it. Doesn't have to always be about the laugh.
Yep. All right, chat, get your votes in now. 1 for Mike and his new teddy bear store, 2 for Natasha and her Britney Spearsing. 1 for Mike, 2 for Natasha. Get your votes in.
Yeah.
Everybody who's putting down number 1, that's great. Thank you.
69.
Everyone who's putting down number 2, that's also totally fine. Natasha is very funny, and that's a good joke.
Let's see. We got split. Phil's mom voted for Natasha, but my mom voted for Mike.
A mom split.
No.
Yeah. It's our electoral college.
Split the mom vote. I like my mom split.
Wait a second.
Weird.
Is that another?
Points.
Is that a hashtag on Aviva's website you mentioned earlier?
Mm-hmm.
I think it just means that her mom left.
Oh, yeah. I get it.
She went out for a pack of cigarettes.
Went out for a pack of banana splits.
The Mormons got her.
Our Stimson69 says, are these votes being rigged? Just curious. Not unless you're rigging them. All right, 5 seconds, 4 seconds,
There's probably a decent chance at it, I would imagine.
3 seconds. 2 for Natasha, 1 for Mike. All right, Natasha pulled that one out. 61.1%. Well done.
Well, I can't
Congratulations.
hear you, which is a bummer. There you back.
All right, so that brings us to the end of round 1, which means we need to know where we stand. Where do we stand, Phil?
Yeah, we're standing with not many points yet. There's a couple. Well, Mike's down there with no points, unfortunately, in the first round. But first time in the Blabbermouth game, it's always tough. But Natasha and Francesca, I've been here a lot. They should probably be doing better. They have 1 point each. But really kicking ass right now is Aviva with 2 points, who's just knocking everybody down, sweeping both her rounds, going into round 2.
Are you okay with that?
Better.
All right, so now we're going to do some monologue jokes, which we do from this side of the screen in a round we like to call round 2. All right, so for round 2, we're going to start off with Aviva versus Mike. Ooh. Aviva, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Excellent. All right, tell me about this Panda Express lawsuit, Aviva.
Yeah, pretty weird. A lawsuit alleges Panda Express workers were forced to strip in a cult-like team building seminar. They got suspicious when someone's fortune cookie said, "Hi, we were forced to strip in a cult-like team building seminar. Will someone please tell someone?"
So meta. My God. Never ends.
Do you have a catchphrase, Aviva?
Well, I liked that one.
All right, Mike, you had something you want to share about Naked Cowboy?
Yeah, I just had a quick question first. Like, how big was that fortune cookie? Seems like it was pretty big. But the thing that I wanted to talk about as well. I mean, sometimes they have big fortune cookies, or maybe just like a tiny piece of paper with like tiny writing on it. Like, who can say? Anyway, I wanted to let you know this is a story that I actually learned about not from you guys, but in my own life. Because I am a New York City performer, and I have been near the Naked Cowboy, and I found out recently the New York City performer, the Naked Cowboy, was arrested in Florida for panhandling, which is strange because I didn't know you could get arrested in Florida. I just got knowledged. Also, if you want to make your own joke about the Florida Panhandle, go for it.
All right, Jack, get your votes in now. 1 for Aviva and her crazy Panda Express cult team building experience, or 2, not hers, but the one she read about. And there were 2, and Mike and as naked cowboy arrested in Florida. 1 for Aviva, 2 for Mike.
The chat seems to have gotten caught up on the specifics of the fortune cookie design.
Yeah.
Very small font, huge fortune cookie.
I think it would work better if it was longer instead of taller. I'm not a fortune cookie designer, but I think you would be able to roll it up enough to fit in the fortune cookie.
What were the lotto numbers on that cookie?
Great question.
24, 38,
Good.
51,
Started
Those are
high.
measurements.
7, and 3.
I was so close.
That must have been in big font. That was big on font on the back.
Yeah, big font.
At 4 at the end, based on Vin Diesel's VIN number.
Little.
Oh, no one voted.
No,
yeah.
the vote is. I think that the industry term is freaking out.
Wow. We must have both been so good at getting votes.
Yeah.
Couldn't handle it.
Let's see.
I would, if I were Aviva and Mike, I would file a complaint right now. This is what I would do if I were you guys, just to let you know.
I mean, maybe the poll system broke, or maybe somebody sent me $50. Hey, it's been capturing the votes this whole time. Incredible.
Crazy.
All right, coming down to it. Last chance to vote. This is a close one. We're tied right now. We need one more. Come on. Break the tie. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 for Mike,
Voted.
1 for Aviva. This is it.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, we got another vote right in at the last second. It is a tie, 50-50 exactly, between Aviva
Wow.
and Mike. Well, what happens when there's a tie? Do we all just go home? I don't know. The math system is not complicated for this.
Yeah.
Movers just come and take all of your things.
No, I would like that. I would appreciate that.
I think we're co-presidents.
Stop the count.
All right. Next up is Francesca versus Natasha. All right, Francesca, tell me about this new study.
Yeah, it's crazy. This new Stanford study says that Zoom calls trigger our fight or flight survival reflex, which explains why Jeremy Tubin's dick was his weapon of choice.
Do you have a catchphrase?
Yeah, it's all good, baby.
Seems weird coming after that punchline.
Am I not selling? Because the writing is there. The writing's there. But
That you might use that as your punchline going forward. The writing is there.
writing's there.
Quick question: Is Jeffrey Toobin, like, does his new job the CEO of Jeffrey Toobin Safari?
Yes, it is. 100%.
Is that like the cartoon? Oh, I got it.
Yep.
Yeah, see? It's
You
in
just
the
got
writing.
knowledged.
All right, Natasha. I hear you have a fact
up,
about a Dutch man.
Yeah, this Dutch man, he invented a new way to screen for coronavirus infections. And all you do is you scream inside an airtight room. In other words, the answer was in front of us all along. I am the droid you're looking for.
Baby.
Think about that.
baby. All right, get your votes in now. It's 1 for Francesca and her Stanford study about Zoom calls, or 2 for Natasha and the Dutch man who screams in airtight rooms. 1 for Francesca, 2 for Natasha. Decide the winner.
What was that? 50-50 again. That was exciting.
Felt like the voting system breaking down the last time ruined voter confidence.
It did.
We're gonna have to wait for the mail-in ballots. It could be weeks before we know the results.
I'm going to storm the Zoom.
Stop
Ooh.
the steal.
Started off with strong Francesca, but the
Hashtag
Natasha
stop
votes
steal.
coming in late.
Ooh.
It's an
Are
upset.
those votes by mail?
Yeah.
All right.
Mail-in votes.
All right. I didn't want to do this.
There's
Come on,
some
y'all.
coming in by fortune cookie, I believe.
Half of y'all don't have pants on. Vote for Tubin. Tubin.
Oh, do I have to vote for myself?
Too
you vote for
been too
yourself,
furious.
Francesca?
Yeah.
Will I log in on time to vote for myself? I had to
Frau-
shut it off because my stream was not working. But
Frau
that's cool.
Nifio has voted for herself, whoever that is.
Frau Nifi. Oh, that's my
Frau.
German handle.
Am I 2 or 1?
2.
Good question.
Here we go.
2.
Vote for myself.
Yeah, we can't deal with another half point. I'm gonna.
All right,
My
5
junior
seconds.
college isn't gonna pay off here.
4 seconds. 3 seconds. 2 for Natasha.
I
1
got one at the very. I got
for
2.
Francesca.
I got 2 in the last minute.
Francesca.
Oh.
Wow.
Podcastage casting the winning vote. Welcome, Podcastage. Well done. Thank you for saving us. All right, Francesca wins that round by a nose. Next up, we have Mike versus Francesca again, back in the ring. Mike is first off. Tell me about this octopus, Mike.
Oh yeah, it's if everyone hasn't seen My Octopus Teacher on Netflix, like the octopus is such a fascinating, endearing creature, and apparently a rare 9-armed octopus was found off the coast of Japan. Scientists are calling it Nana, the nonplussed nonapus. Nana 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 nana. Hey hey hey, you just got knowledged.
All right, next up, Francesca. I know you're a big fan of Bruno Mars. Tell me about his
The
performance at
Grammys are coming up, and Bruno Mars is begging to the Grammys. Bruno Mars is begging the Grammys to let him perform because when you think about who is a worse bunny than Bad Bunny, it's Bruno Mars. Because Bad Bunny's performing, but anyway, it's all good, baby. It's all good.
All right, chat, get your vote. This is Mike and Francesca's last head-to-head matchup of round 2, so get your votes in now. 1 for Mike and his rare 9-armed octopus, or 2 for Francesca and her Bruno Mars begging the Grammys. 1 for Mike, 2 for Francesca.
R. Stimson claiming every round is rigged is my new favorite thing happening in the chat.
That joke was rigged.
That joke was rigged. Did not see that coming.
Joke was rigged.
I think every round is rigged for both people.
Nobody likes Bad Bunny in the chats. Is that what I'm gathering?
I want to say I didn't know that Bad Bunny was something.
No, yeah. Are you thinking of Lola Bunny? I heard about that this week.
Are you thinking of
what
Roger Rabbit?
And her breasts, right? Her breast reduction.
Right.
Now she can play ball easier. She can dunk.
Are you thinking of Jessica Rabbit now?
No, Lola Bunny, I believe.
Oh, okay. I'm almost as old as Phil.
Lola Bunny was for Lola Bunny was for a little kids who were a little bit younger than when Space Jam came out and they were like, oh dude, I'm attracted to a cartoon, like my boyfriend.
Very low voiced children.
It's just Matt Lieb.
All right, coming down to it. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. 2 for Francesca, 1 for Mike. That is it. Mike has pulled this one out with 66.7%. Congratulations, Mike.
Well, I've been a long time participant of the show tonight, so now I finally get how to make a joke that I wrote at the same time as the other ones be good.
Excellent. Glad to see it. This is our last head-to-head match of the second rounds. This is Natasha versus Aviva. Here we go. Natasha.
Yeah.
Tell me.
I'm frozen.
No, I don't think so. Natasha, tell me about this New York woman.
I think that was mine.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, let me see where we. Okay, I got it. My bad. Aviva. I apologize. If you would, I would appreciate if you would tell me about this New York woman.
Sure. I'd love to. A New York woman found an empty apartment behind her bathroom mirror. Don't get too excited because the apartment is actually a secret hiding place for Fran Lebowitz to practice her East Coast ranting. Well, I liked that one. How dare you give me that catchphrase?
All right, Natasha. I know you're an expert on college students. What's the haps?
Oh, I love talking about those kids. Well, the college students, they're starting to bond with AI robots. And out of habit, they claim to not be the droids that they're looking for. I am the droid you're looking for.
All right, chat. Now, this is the last head-to-head matchup of round 2. So go and get your votes in. 1 for Aviva and her New York woman found an empty apartment behind a mirror, or 2 for Natasha. Her college students are starting to bond with AI robots. 1 for Aviva, 2 for Natasha. Get them votes in.
It is happening. I think, let's see. I think a couple people, Gotti's Bagels and Queen of Blaze, voted early on that one. There, Queen of Blaze got it in now. Perfect. All right, coming down to it. Early lead for Natasha. If you're a subscriber, remember your vote counts for triple if you're a subscriber and a fan of Aviva. Now would be the time to vote for Aviva versus all the other times where apparently you're just holding out. In the scenario that I have created, you're a pretty shitty person. But get into the fray now. Vote for Aviva. We appreciate your subscription.
Wait, what's going on?
I'm just talking. Don't worry about it.
A lot of pro Aviva talk. Pro Aviva.
Yeah, well, she's been getting more votes.
Aviva.
This has all been working out.
It's been helpful.
Yes, Podcastage, thank you for the 1 vote with a subscription.
Is it podcastage or it's not podcast age?
It could be. I'm of podcast age. Great point.
Okay.
I believe it's
Maybe it's
PODCASTH.
Okay.
Say the letters all out like that.
Like P.O. Box, DC Universe,
Exactly.
A Special Thing Records.
That's right. And then, it's actually, I believe, the chemical symbol for silver, and then energy.
Energy.
I always thought it was Payable on Death, the cast's age. Like the people who perform in Payable on Death, the band.
Oh, that's what they were going to call Rent originally.
Right. Coming down to it, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 for Natasha, 1 for Aviva. That is it. Natasha, congratulations. You have won that round.
Thanks so much.
All right, so this brings us to the end of the second round, which means we need to know where we stand. Where do we stand, Phil?
Yeah, so we're in a real bind here with the half points because God knows my junior college math was not, doing any favors for me. But we've got...
You didn't learn about half in junior college?
Yeah, no, we didn't. They skipped right over it. Just went straight to whole numbers. But we've got Mike in last place with 1.5 points. Francesca and Natasha tied with 2 points, and then Aviva didn't do much in round 2 except getting that half point. So she's sitting there with 2.5 points. So, but it's really, as we always say, anybody's game going into the next round. Right? There's anyone can win.
Maybe
that is
podcast age will come up and sweep it.
Could happen.
It's anybody's game.
Anybody's game. So our last round is worth 3 points. So this is could go to anyone in a little round we like to call
the death round.
Nope, just final round. We call it the final round. That's what we've been going with every week so far.
Whichever one you want to do.
We're just gonna stick with that one. First, we need before we give out the prompt from the chat. Who is the next person Oprah should interview? Please let us know in the chat who you think the next person Oprah should interview. I'll play some music while you guys are thinking about it. Phil and I will pick our favorite answer based on which one we like, and 2, which one gets out there first. So we got Vin Diesel already, Queen Latifah, Piers Morgan. Great answer. Wiggs is very excited about Gail. Mike is crushing this. He gets 0 points for this, but maybe he's just playing to topics he knows a lot about.
Prince Andrew.
Prince Andrew, Queen the Band. Britney Spears. I like that one.
Yeah, I like Britney Spears. I think that's good.
Britney Spears is a fun one. Oprah, Phil, Bigfoot. Could interview Mike Kaplan. I think that would do a lot for Oprah. R2D2, the ghost of John Wilkes Booth. All right, do we want to go with Britney Spears, Phil?
I think let's do Britney Spears.
All right, we're going with Britney Spears. I'm stopping the music because we're not looking for a prompt anymore. All right, so here's the part of the show where I stall for time as we wait for the image Phil has just created to sync over to my computer and display on my screen. It's really a fun time for everybody. and I personally am enjoying it. All right, so let's see. Final round. What is Britney Spears' Wi-Fi password? We did it, everybody. We made it all the way. So each comic will have 2 minutes to come up with an answer to this prompt. What is Britney Spears' Wi-Fi password? That is the prompt we have given. And comics, now is the time when you write your response to this prompt. And we're going to start with, we're not looking for answers from the chat. They're going to come up with answers, people. Also, if you haven't followed us, please follow us. We would appreciate it. If you're already following us, and you can, we would love to get a subscription from you. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you get 1 free subscription per month. If we could be your subscription, that'd be great. We'd appreciate that. And if you can't do that, that's totally fine, obviously. But if you could tell somebody about this show, we would appreciate it. We've been having a lot of fun. We've been doing the show pretty much continuously since May, June of last year.
Yeah.
We're taking a couple weeks off because all of the stuff that puts this show on the internet will be in a truck for a couple weeks. But when that truck shows up, we are going to start probably at the end of March doing shows again. We always have our shows 8 o'clock Monday and Wednesday. We have our game show, and then Friday night we have our comic poker night. And we appreciate all of you. Red, so Gotti Spiegel says, Red, how many podcasts did you pack into that box? There's so many podcasts. It's a huge box.
Yeah. Way more boxes.
Phil created that as a joke, but also I have several terabytes of podcasts that I have created. And so the hard drives that they sit on is substantial. It's substantial. Let's see.
Also, just a reminder. Sorry.
No.
Just going to remind you guys, if you can click the donate button down below if you want to help us out there. You can do that pretty easily. If you don't want to subscribe or whatever, you can donate there. Also, if you want something while you're giving something, you can go down and click on the merch button. You can get a sweatshirt like this with the Blabbermouth logo on it, or a t-shirt or something like that. That helps us out, and you get something for it too, so that'd be cool.
All right. We are coming down to it. It is time to get all of these comics response to the prompt. What is Britney Spears' Wi-Fi password? We're going to start with the least amount of points, go to the most amount of points. So, Phil, where are we starting?
Yeah, so we'll start over with Mike. Mike, can you let me know what is Britney Spears' Wi-Fi password? You know?
I mean, I actually do know what it is, so I don't know what everybody else is going to say, but it is, I'm a slave for you, and by you, I mean my father. Please, if you can read this, call the authorities and help me, or start a podcast, or really call your Congress people and do what you can to help political pressure on changing the system, because legally I am not in charge of my own money, and my own money can be used to hire lawyers to keep me imprisoned in my own home and life. And this is not fair, because the law is meant for conservatorships to really be for people who are it's not just that they're old, but it's that there is an incapacity, and I am not incapacitated if I am capable of working to help keep making this money to keep everyone in business. 9/11, 420, 69, 5G.
Nice. I love it.
Do you have a catchphrase?
I think we all got knowledged.
Excellent.
All right, so now we'll head over to Francesca. Francesca, you've got 2 points going into this round. Still very possible to get the win here. Can you let me know what's Britney Spears' Wi-Fi password?
Okay, that's hard to follow. But Britney Spears' Wi-Fi password, I was hoping I could type it out, but it's just _help. Don't forget the _help, a capital HELP.
Sit next to me for a second.
Oh, I like this. Bringing in cute kids to try and get votes. Great strategy.
Nice. All right, so now we'll head over to Natasha. Natasha, can you let me know what's Britney Spears' password, Wi-Fi password?
It's baby 145. I am the droid you're looking for.
All right, so then we'll head over to our leader of the game so far, Aviva. You're heading the whole pack here. Let me know what's Britney Spears' Wi-Fi password?
I think her Wi-Fi password is Wi-Fi Britney.
Did you like that one?
No, I did not.
All right, so chat, now you're going to determine the winner of this game. Definitely with all the points, the winner of this round will win the game. So now you get to vote from left to right on your screen. 1 for Francesca, 2 for Mike, 3 for Natasha, 4 for Aviva. Get your votes in now. Determine the winner.
She always says, oops, I forgot it again.
Maybe baby 145. By the way, yeah is there's an N in there. It's MMMNN.
She has to probably explain that constantly.
That's good.
I know Queen of Blaze kept saying if you show weed on screen, she'd vote for you. So this is I'm pretty sure this is I think this is weed, so
it's considered a weed. I think that's
there.
it's not something you want to see in your garden necessarily.
I mean, I smoke it.
I've got a Windex.
I gotta smoke.
Anyone want to see Windex?
You could do that.
I've got a puppet. Can it be for high people, or it has to actually be weed?
I mean, try what you can.
Okay.
Wedhead said, "Looks like a cutie, Natasha," and then voted for Francesca. So now I'm questioning.
Because I've already won at life, so I guess I don't know.
Now I'm just pandering like crazy.
Oh my god! What is that puppet's name? I did not expect a puppet to show up. Francesca, I need more information about the puppet.
Is it too late to advocate for a ranked voting system?
It's never too late to be an advocate.
I'm sorry.
Mike. All right, that it was come down to it, and Francesca with the use of the puppet, Francesca did it. 36.8% of the vote, just barely edged out Natasha and Mike behind her. Well done, congratulations, Francesca. So I haven't seen the final.
I've got to do the.
I haven't seen the final total, but Phil, where do we stand?
Yeah, so it was, everyone did very well going into the final round. Really, anybody could have won that game. But our Blabbermouth of the night is Francesca Fiorentini.
Congratulations.
Said it right.
Well, I mean, I just want to thank my fellow contestants for this.
All right,
that was my favorite part.
Congratulations, Francesca. Where can people find your work online?
You can find me at Franifio, not Franifio or Franifio, but yeah, Franifio on Twitter, Instagram, and watch the Bituation Room podcast here on Twitch on Sundays at 6/9 Eastern.
Yeah, definitely check that out. If you look down below, it's one of our streamers that we automatically host, so she should be linked down there. You can just click on that. All right, Mike, where can people find your work online?
Sure. Thank you for asking. At Mike Kaplan, spelled the weird way I spell it, MYQKAPLAN, are all my social medias. My latest album that you did mention, and I appreciate it, is called AKA, and I have a bunch of other albums and a special on Amazon. I have 2 podcasts. One's called Broccoli and Ice Cream. One's called The Faucet. One of them I interview folks, and the other I just talk myself like this without letting anybody else talk or having them there even in the way like that they're supposed to. And I did just start a fun new Jokes and More newsletter called Art Nuggets that you can find at my mikekaplan.substack.com. Those are many ways to find me. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks for doing the show, Mike.
Thank you so much for having me. It was fun.
Natasha, where can people find you and your work online?
Well, I'm on this website called Twitter, and I just do jokes and stuff on there. You can follow me if you like. If you only have like a few follows left in you, I actually recommend following my fellow contestants because they're excellent follows. And then follow me fourth if you have any space on your list.
Follow me fourth. I get it.
Follow me. Yeah, exactly. I guess, that's it. I might have had more to say, but I'll tweet about it later. So follow me on Twitter to find out what I would have said right now.
It'll be at Natasha Muse on Twitter.
Yeah, that's right, Red.
Thanks for doing the show, Natasha.
Thanks so much for having me. It's always fun.
Aviva, where can people find you online?
You can find me on Twitter at Livin' La Viva Loca, and you can you can watch the comedy show Talkies on Zoom and Twitch every first and third Friday. And then next week, me and fellow comedian Lance Smith are debuting our new podcast about commercials. It's called Ad Wizards, and which is an Adam Sandler reference, actually. And our first episode, we have an interview with the kid from the Mazda Zoom Zoom commercials. It's the kid who whispers Zoom Zoom. I don't know if you remember those, but that's coming out next week, so you can see on my Twitter. I'll mention it. And that's
Aviva,
it.
Is Ad Wizards short for Adam Wizards?
It's short for Adam Sandler's classic character, Adam Wizards. That's right.
Aviva, are you still editor of that newspaper?
The Who Gives a Shit Gazette?
Yes,
I am.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Glad to hear that. All right. That's about it. Are we going to raid somebody, Phil?
Yeah, we're gonna raid Stab Comedy. They're always very nice to raid us as well. So
perfect.
we're gonna there's a bunch of comics over there playing Pictionary, so we'll send you guys over to them.
All right, cool. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We will be gone for a couple weeks, so please make sure you follow so you hear when we are back. You can find us here. That's what we're doing. Thank you again, Aviva, Siegel, Natasha Muse, Mike Kaplan, Francesca, Fiorentini. I'm Red Scott.
I'm Phil Griffiths. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for your support. We've been doing this a few months now, and we really appreciate you guys coming back and watching this every week. And just please tell a friend, and we'll be back in a few weeks.
All right.